When you find out your elders are socio... seriously, though. Seriously. My gran was the same. More games should have kick in the shins dialogue options. They really should. Kick him in the shins. Kick him in the shins and run, May. Oof. But yeah, if you want to check out the game, the affiliate link is pinned to chat, and it would mean the world if people wishlisted the game, because it is very rare to have games with disabled main characters and narratives. And also it shows that you came from me, and that also helps me out, a disabled little snail. Okay. Oh, we get to talk to our mom again. Thank you, Briggsy. Welcome back. Did you speak with the elders? Not only am I not allowed to go on the binding, the elders said I can't leave the village. I'm sorry, dear. You know they aren't trying to control you. What kind of line is that? Yes, they are. They're literally controlling her actions. They just want you to be safe. No, they don't want you to include you in any sort of real way. That's the thing I think a lot of people come up against as well. Like, oh, we just want you to be safe. No, you want to keep disabled people out of the public, because that used to be a thing, if folks aren't aware. There used to be things called ugly laws, which didn't allow some people with facial differences out of the house during the day. So people with facial differences could not be out during the daytime and were only allowed out at certain hours of the day. That is the thing. But it also has this thing of, oh, we just want you to be safe. No, we have a long history of ableism in our society that precludes us from even engaging in our own discourse of our own accommodation. Oh, no worries. We just have it blocked because safety reasons. You're all good. Because we had some folks in here being, you know what I mean, being like shitty. So we just blocked his name. Me too. I am also tired of people. I had to block so many iterations of his name in this chat. It was ridiculous. Safety and forced independence are such a conflicting narrative too. It is. It is a thing. Tank bug, yeah. But it's often a thing, like, because I look back at all times as like a young kid. Like, I was undiagnosed autistic and undiagnosed for many of my disabilities. And the amount of times I wasn't allowed to do things, or the fact that I was put in situations that were dangerous because my parents were neglectful is so many, you know? That's why, like, I always tell people, like, having like evolving conversations about disability and access needs is incredibly important, because my disabilities have morphed over times to need other accommodations. Like, you will not, like, your accommodation will evolve over time as disabilities like are that complex, you know? Just the other day, like, I need different things for different days. Like, some days I have higher pain days, some days I don't, you know? And these things will change. So having, like, I think that's a thing for people as well, is like having the ability to safely talk to someone about their access needs without feeling like they need to fight for their access needs is huge. Like, being able to talk to my partner openly about what I need from them is a blessing, honestly, because I've not had that most of my life. So having that freedom, that security of talking to someone who understands that my disabilities are evolving and things will change over time is huge. And so many disabled people don't have that freedom of just being like, having these frank discussions about what they need, because they don't feel safe, you know, because so often they're met with hostility or defensiveness, or like this young girl is being barred from even leaving the village. Like, that's disgusting, honestly. Like, to actually bar someone from leaving is awful, you know? Imagine someone just came to your house one day and said, hey, you don't get to leave anymore. That's essentially what they're doing to her without even including her in the discussion of her own disability needs, you know? So, yeah. You didn't know you had, I mean, same. Like, I didn't know I was autistic, like, until the last 5 years. I was also late diagnosed as well because I grew up as a femme presenting person, and femme presenting people are taught to socially be smaller and mask more. So, like, my friends got diagnosed with autism when I was a kid because they were mask presenting and they were young boys, whereas I was told to act a certain way in order to be a young lady, which now I'm looking back at it, it's just a oppressive gender role that they still put on young girls, you know? So that covered a lot of my autism, basically, you know? They were teaching me from a very young age to be small and be quiet. And that's how my autism went missed for so many years, because my access needs, like, were not seen as access needs. They were seen as me being a hysterical young girl. Their words, not mine, you know? Most of the times when I had overloads or like just issues, they were met with hostility and also with sexism. Yeah, I know, I hate that word too. I hate the word hysterical, but I often got called hysterical young girl because I was autistic and I was having sensory overloads, and I needed just to be things to be quiet. I'm very sensitive to sunlight. I'm very sensitive to sound. I was overstimulated and undercared for, you know, and so often I would just be hiding in my room because I was just just so overstimulated, you know. So I think that also is a thing for a lot of us as well, you know, that we go our whole lives masking and don't get to fully unmask until we're much older, you know. And that it's a thing I encountered when I first got diagnosed as an autistic person, was that there are all these studies out about how young girls and young femme presenting people get missed with diagnosis, because also the diagnosis criteria hasn't evolved in very long. It's still based off largely cis white men. You know, it's why BIPOC community folks as well get missed a lot as well, because it's not included in the criteria, because these people don't understand that things are changing across communities, you know? So people have a very narrow idea of what neurodivergence is, and it's usually cis, it's usually white, and it's usually men, you know? So until we learn and like educate folks on that, we're gonna see these problems repeat. It's getting better, I feel, but it's still, with the last 10 years, you can see people struggling against that because of what's happening in the States, what's happening in the UK, what's happening globally. There's so much going on. Like, there's so many attacks on disabled communities right now that I wish people would wake up about, you know? You know? You didn't fully comprehend until I had autistic burnout, a few in the last 5 years. Same. Like, I didn't understand I was also having that, because I would just completely shut down and not understand what was happening. And it wasn't until I met other autistic people and I read up on it a lot more, and I learned to give myself grace and time, and that really helped a lot for me, you know? Oh my god, don't get me started on Bo Burnham. That fucking guy. Oh, I can't stand him. He's so annoying. You poor sad white man with all the privilege in the world. Please. It was like when, like, when he got really popular, it was all over TikTok, and I just couldn't stand him. He just reminded me of my poor decisions in dating when I was younger. I was like, oh, I dated that guy. Ugh, like crap. Like, please. You know, now Jinx, adult Jinx knows better, but I look back and go, wow, it's terrible. Completely missed as a kid. Yeah, same. Completely missed as a kid. There was literally like an autistic kid next to me, and then the autistic kid next to me was also having the same problems as me, and they would go, oh my god, he's just autistic. So they were infantilizing him, and they were ignoring me. I was having the exact same issues as him. And they were like, oh, couldn't be. Jinx is just really, like what they told me, Jinx is just a genius. Like, Jinx is just really smart. And, you know, it's just how eccentric people are, you know? Because, like, they called me child prodigy because I was writing poetry from a very young age, and I was doing art and all of really high level stuff when I was younger. And that's what I got labeled as, is I'm just, you know, I'm just highly intelligent. Ugh. Ugh. Same, they Emerson, yeah. Yep. Gifted white boy, exactly. He dips after, I mean, surprising no one. He's like, you know, he's a terrible person. I mean, I guess it's surprising to some white people, but not me. You were defined and opinionated. Yeah, same. I was called a troublemaker most of my life. And that just means I was asking for my accommodations to be met. Oh my god. I'm so glad we get to have these chats today. I love it when that happens. So what is May saying? May is saying, yeah, well, it sure feels like I'm being controlled. And also, if I missed your comments and stuff, please feel free to repeat them. I'm not ignoring them on purpose. Twitch chat is kind of broken at the moment, so I can't scroll up. So I am sorry if I missed your messages. It's been like that since yesterday. Like, I had the same issue where I kept trying to scroll up and it just starts juddering and it locks and I can't go back up after a certain point. So I love $1 million plus like platform that doesn't have functioning UI. Thank you, Twitch. You get that too? So it's not just me. It's so annoying. I just want to see what people are saying and I can't scroll up. Thanks, Twitch. They really do. It's been pretty bad. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, Ben. They're doing the same shit with my nephew. My nephew, they've labeled as having a sensory disorder. I'm like, he's autistic. Like, as soon as I came out as autistic in our family, the amount of like excuses they made for me, they're like, oh, but you're so extroverted. I'm like, hi, you can be extroverted and also autistic. That is the thing. There's not one way to be autistic. You can be, it's a spectrum. There's so many different ways you can be autistic. And ADHD, and there's just so many different like complexities of it, you know. And the fact that they regularly deny my nephew the diagnosis of autism is cruel, and I'm just so sad that my sister won't even consider that a thing, you know. I don't talk to my sister because I think you can guess why. We just don't get along. We've never got along because she refuses to like deal with her shit and never apologized for anything in her life. So I don't talk to people that don't know how to apologize. Like, if I mess up, I will apologize, and I will be happy to have a conversation with people about it. That is what you do. That's what adults do. You just have conversations about this stuff. I'm going to make mistakes. You are going to make mistakes. This is fine. You know, it's how you move on from these mistakes that is the important bit. It's how your actions shape you and how you go forward. You know, if you refuse to even acknowledge that there was a mistake made, then you are in some deep shit, and I suggest therapy. Which is what I basically told her. Aw. I'm also pansexual. Pansexual, panromantic snail sometimes. I'm an arrow, like ace kind of, like, it's complicated. Some days, you know, I do, some days I don't. It's like a whole thing. Again, spectrum. Yeah, me too. I'm demi as well. Same. That's why I say queer as well, because it's just much easier than saying all of the things. Same, Ben. It's really frustrating that people like neglect it and people normalize it as well. Same here. Heck yeah. Pan crew. You know, kiss boys, that's totally fair. I don't like kissing in general, so it takes very specific instances for that. I'm not. I've been, I think, unmasking a lot about that, so I'm not really into kissing in general. Not at the moment. That fluctuates. So again, this stuff fluctuates. Sometimes I just go through periods where I just don't want to do anything with that, you know, like no thank you. Sometimes I do. Again, ace arrow spectrum. Sometimes it's hot, sometimes it's not. Sometimes I'm there, you know. It's sometimes you're not. It's just Smoochies. That's so fair though. That's the thing, like I go in and out of phases like of like things like that. Like I had a period where I was just really happily dating very like a lot of people, and then the last few years, I think it's because my disabilities have been really hard to manage, so I haven't had the space to date other people. Like I tried dating someone last year and it didn't go well. They turned out to be super ableist. And it didn't work out. So after that, I just didn't have the energy to deal with it again, which was sad because I like them a lot. But yeah, it's hard dating as a disabled person. I'm so happy for you though. I'm glad you know what you need. Like some folks don't even know what they need, you know, and it's a really good feeling to know at your core what you need as a person and what makes you happy. It's taken me a while to get there myself, honestly. Exactly. Like phases are so normal and real and people need exactly. Like this is the thing. Like I can't be like this thing all the time, you know? I used to think like I'd have to be this thing all the time. Like, 'cause I used to get like as a pansexual person, like I grew up with a lot of like biphobia. Like I had a lot of like queer people in my life who were like, "Oh, just pick one," and I was like, "I can't. I'm pansexual." At the time, I was bisexual, and I just choose the term pan because I like it more, and I like our flag. And the amount of times I had, and also just like cis lesbians also like that at me, who were like, "Oh, you know, I had a phase too where I was like dating boys," and I was like, I'm like, no, you got bullied into being a lesbian, is what you're telling me, basically, and that you still have feelings for that. You just are afraid to admit that. So, don't take that shit out on me. Like I'm perfectly comfortable. I've known since I was really young that I like all genders. And what for me is the most important is the person, not the outward appearance. Like I've never dated someone purely for looks. I've dated people based on themselves at their core of what they are. You know, I fall in love with the person, not what they look like. You know, that's never been a thing for me. You know, yes, some people can be like more, I guess, like appealing, but it's like if it's hot and then like the core is rotten, then it automatically just is a no for me, you know? But I mean, it is though. Like, cause for so long, like people were telling me to pick one. I was like, I don't want to pick one. I was like, I like all, you know, like let me just be. Why do you need to be? It's the same thing like when they try to put me in a binary box as a non-binary person. Like, I am not masc, I am not femme, I am non-binary, and that is it. You know, I know some people lean either or, but I am agender and I choose to have no gender. So it's the same thing where people want to put you in this binary box. It's the same thing with, I feel, a lot of conversations around being bisexual, pansexual. People just are uncomfortable with the idea that you can just kind of flip flop around, you know? It's like whenever people deny people the label of being pansexual when they're dating someone that's considered like straight, you know, that you can still be pansexual and date someone of the same, you know, presentation. That's so fair, Bigsy, though. Also, women femme. This is the thing, though. Same though. Like I've had so many relationships with women that were awful, you know. But I've never really had the chance to date like femme like people and like AFAB folks because I grew up in a very queer phobic town. So like now I have that chance to do that. Like I dated like a few like women in my life. It didn't go well. But it's because we were in a very queer phobic area. But now I'm hoping to get back out there soon, you know, when I feel more comfortable. Yeah, I'm sorry, Ben. Dating is hard. Oh, please, I will take you being my wingdamer any day, honestly. I'm terrible at dating. I recently deleted most of my dating apps because I was just fed up. I'm cheering for all of us. Same. I hope everybody finds some light and some love in their life and some good accessibility accommodations. Same, Adiana, same. Like, people often misgender me as like a woman and I hate it. Like, stop trying to put me in a box. I'm just a non binary gremlin. That's me. I'm a non binary snail and I'm happy being that way. Oh my gosh. What was I saying? Oh my gosh, I've been stuck on this scene in this game for a while. Okay. What is May saying? May saying, yeah, well, it sure feels like I'm being controlled. So I'm glad that the character May is also seeing that she's being controlled and it's not just us perceiving it. Okay, let me clue back into our dear friend May. Yeah, well, it sure feels like I'm being controlled. I know. I wish I could do more for you. Well, you could. You could be a more supportive mother. Ooh, okay. Okay, the conversation grows. I love streamer playing games. Like, oh, the game should only take a few hours. Me takes 20 hours to talk about one scene in a game. People need to start learning growing instead of maintaining toxicity because they think it doesn't affect them. 100%, Ben. Yeah, very much. Yeah. I think that's also a thing I've been seeing is that there's a lot more people pushing back about it because people have had it. We live in a time where it's like there's so much going on and I see so much community support Like, I know there's a lot of negative things happening, but there's also a lot of really huge community pushbacks against things, which I want more people to see. Like, there have been huge pushbacks against things, and I want people to recognize, yes, we are in hard times, but we're also seeing a huge amount of community support come through, and you all should be really proud of yourselves for being a part of that, because I know everyone in here has been doing their best to defy what's happening in our world, and being you in the world and being your best self and pushing back against all this shit is really amazing, and I hope you know that. And like I always say, we get through this shit together, you know? And the way these people win is by pulling us apart. And what I've been seeing more and more is people pulling together, and that is huge, you know? So, thanks. Thanks for being here and for being you. I say that often, but I really mean it, you know? Aw, thanks, Briggsy. I appreciate that. I'm working on high. That is so fair, though. Aw, thank you for the snail. But look at what the mother is saying, right? As this conversation evolves around disability and access, and the mother is saying, like, the kid is saying, hey, I feel like I'm being controlled by these people, and I feel like I'm having issues. And the mother just said, I wish I could help you, but it's just that I feel just as powerless as you, which is so often the case for family members and partners of disabled people, because they're often also fighting against a huge wall of inaccessibility, and they don't know what to do because they're having to help their kid or their partner also be themselves. And also, a lot of the times people who are taking care of other disabled people are also disabled, you know, in some way. That is it's a large quantity. And if you're having a disabled kid, you yourself have a high percentage of being disabled yourself, you know? So you're managing not only your own stuff, but your kid's stuff or your partner's stuff. And it's so much work, and no one's helping you. And like the amount of times I saw my mother needlessly struggle because people weren't helping her with 3 kids that were obviously disabled, you know? And it's this perpetual cycle that a lot of disabled people find themselves in, because no one educates people on how to help disabled people, because it's often not even a conversation, you know? So it's very tricky. It's also how some people get stuck in abusive relationships or with abusive family members, because they don't know how to get out of it, you know? It's so complex. Also that they don't want to be... Exactly. Yeah. Exactly, this Briggsy. And same. I was also stuck in one of those as well. You know, it's just a really tough place to be, you know? Exactly. Escaping, getting out is very hard, especially when you're disabled, and a lot of disabled people don't make enough money to have their own autonomy, their own places to live, like their own access to things. So many of us, myself included, depend on family for financial stability and actually just living, you know? Like I depend on an unstable family, like, to survive, and it's terrifying, honestly, because at any point that could just disappear, and I will lose my access to my medical stuff, which I need to live, you know? And it's a very tenuous and stressful existence that many of us are living in, you know? And most of the time when you are disabled and don't make enough money, and you have a partner who makes the money of that house, you are stuck there in that relationship. And that's how people get into these situations where they're with abusive people, you know? So, and so why, again, I always say ableism affects us all. Again, you know, I want more people to have these conversations and be aware of how difficult it is to be disabled, and how like it would be really helpful if more people would be open to having discussions around disability without being so defensive about it, you know? Because anytime I try to like have these conversations with people, I get such defensive comments back, you know? So I'm really glad that I can sit here today and we can have an educated discussion about the complexities of disabled life. And I'm so glad that this game sparked this kind of conversation, because we need it now more than ever, quite honestly. People... Okay, what is the mother saying? I'm sorry I can't take away your pain. Oof. I'm sorry I can't take away your tether. I'm sorry you can't begin your binding. Mom, but you're going to be okay. Nothing can stop you from becoming the woman you want to be. Thanks, Mom. I love you. Don't feel bad if you need to go back to bed to get some rest. It's been a very stressful day. Oh, goodness. Yeah. It's good. I know. I'm gonna cry, honestly. I was not expecting this today. Gosh. Yeah. I know, gosh. I wish my mom was like that. And Ben, I'm so sorry you're dealing with that. And I'm glad that these conversations are resonating with you. And I'm hoping you and your friends can have support, and, you know, you have a little snail rooting for you. And if I can be of any help with anything, I'm happy to help where I can. I wish my mom had said that to me. Let's get some rest, because there's no shame in resting. I fucks with that same. Emotionally mature mothers. Ugh, I wish I had one. I feel like I had to raise my mother, honestly. Which, you know, shouldn't be a thing. But I think a lot of folks I've talked to can relate to that. Yeah. I know. I'm aware of how complex EDS is. I'm sorry about that for your friend. I'm very sorry. I'm glad you had a good mom. Thank goodness for that. I wish more people had that. And I'm glad you I'm glad your friend has you in their life, Ben. No, you're fine. You're just talking about your experiences, and you're all good. I, however, do need a break because I've been sitting here having conversations about some complex stuff, so I need to take a break and do self-care for myself. So I will do that in a second. Hi. I'm gonna take a break in a second.
Yeah, I've got a cam coming, so I can go to
Okay.
the pharmacy.
Sure. Okay. But yeah, I'm gonna take a self-care break. You'll fight for those who can't. I'm really glad you will. I wish there were more people in the world like that, Briggsy. I know a lot of folks here are the same. I know folks who have been here and showed empathy and kindness and actionable allyship to disabled folks has been a lot. And I really appreciate it, genuinely so. You are loved, you are seen, you are appreciated here. I hope you all know that. Have a good break. I will. If you need to get some water, meds check as well. If you need your meds, please do. Thank you all for being here and having these wonderful conversations with me. I'll be back in about 4 minutes. I'm going to go hydrate because I am a dry snail. I need a snack. And yeah, when we come back, we'll continue our adventures with May. Yeah, thanks again for being here. BRB. Hey folks, welcome back. I hope you had a good break. Thanks for being here. Thank you for the weepa. Hey Perry, hey Darmo, hi Schmooples. How's everybody doing? I hope you had a lovely break. I got a snack. I topped up my tea. I'm excited to get back on our adventures with May. Hi Rubri, hi Anyana. You checked out my shop? Really? Aw, thank you. All the art there is made by me. Thank you, thank you. I haven't done any new designs in a while, but the T for T-Rex. Aw, really? Thank you. I appreciate that. You love that one? Aw, I'm glad. I'm glad, I'm glad. I love making art. I just been been art burnout a bit. Oh, this is Squeaky Puppy. Okay. We're getting back in with May. Let's go. Let's go, Bao. We need to sneak out of here without being seen. Oh gosh, I am not good at stealth stuff. Nope. You love that one? Yeah, me too. Are you hearing him, really? He does have a high-pitched sound. He is kind of shmee-shmeeing in the back. Nope. You heard a faint shmee? Aw. Yeah, he's kind of crying. He does every time Schmooples leaves. He sits out in the hallway and does a little cry. That's very cute. He just misses you. Oh, I almost had that. Hold on, I'll try and see if I can get up there. Oh, I can't get up there. Okay. May, wait. Oh no, it's the mom. Mom, I can't wait around for another year. I'm ready to go now. I know, dear. I'm not here to stop you. What? Really? I agree with the council's decision and don't want you to go. But I also don't want to hold you back. It's going to be hard, but I know that's why you need to try. Thanks, Mom. I'll promise I'll be safe. I know you will. Try, dear, but just in case, keep an eye out for the red atropa blossom. The right amount can soothe ailing spirits. They can be difficult to reach, but collecting them will be worth the effort. Okay, thanks, Mom. I love you. I love you too. Aww, supportive mom. Okay. Oh, cute. Nice. We get a little journal. Oh, cool. It's like a book. The departure. Okay. Oh, that was close. Woo. What? Secret tunnel. Secret, 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 secret tunnel. Can I not get up there? No. Okay. It really is that trust exercise of like allowing yourself to fall, you know, and have something catch you. Can I go in there? No, I can't go in there. Ooh, that's tricky. I wonder if I could do that though. What? I wonder. Will this disappear if I go back that way? Oh, I can't go back. Aw. Okay, so you can retry. Okay, so you can't go back. Okay. Oh, okay. I have to do that quite fast. Ah, okay. So we need to have that. We can't use those. Okay. Oop, okay. Whew. Oh, I think there's one down there. I wish you could go back. I feel like there's stuff in there. Ooh, purple goo. It reminds me of Celeste. Like, I know it's going to be thrown around a bunch because, you know, redheaded, you know, young girl platforming. But it's, yeah. Okay, I think I want to do... Okay, I'm gonna have 3D that. Oh, close. Okay. I'm wondering how to do that. Ooh, okay. Oh, that's tricky. Thank you for the lyrics. Appreciate it. Whoop. Okay. Whoop. Oh. Whew. It's such a fun mechanic. Okay. How... Ooh, okay. That's fair. Oh, okay. I see what I have to do. All right. Woo. Woo. Oh, goodness. All right. Nice. I think that's the thing I'm having an issue with so far is the moving platforms. Oh, okay. So we'll give us a bit of an issue there. Oof. Okay. Nope. Okay. Ooh, that's tricky. Okay. One second. On your way home? Thank you for letting me know. Okay. Let's see. I think I need to move my mic. It's in the way. 1 second. Okay, I think that's a bit better. My mic was blocking my monitor a bit. Now I moved it. And I couldn't see like the frame. Oh, okay. So let's see. We learn through error and trial and error. So I can't jump that far. It has to be like there. Okay. Oh, okay. Almost got it that time. Not too far down. Wow, the hitbox is so small. Oof, that's gonna be tricky. Ooh. Whoa, okay, I made it. Nice. Ooh, there's a flower down there. Let's try and get that. How? Oh, okay, hold on. Let me see. I think I got it. Okay, I can't go too far down. It's coming back up. That's a bit tricky. And that hitbox is really small. Wow, okay. You're already falling really fast once you get down there. Oh, that was close. That was really close. It's really on the way back up. Okay, can't go too far down. Yeah, that's tricky. I think I might have to go right and I'm not sure. Going right around? What? Oh, wow. Whew. Oh, no! Oh, fuck. Oh, that's tough. Wow. Like you tried the first time? What do you mean? It's just coming back up is difficult because you sink really fast. Oop, no, I don't want that one. Okay. Oof. Nice. I wonder if you lose the flower if you don't make it all the way through. Okay. I do not like those moving platforms. Come here. Oof. That was so close. Oh no. Oh wow, okay. Oof. But the movement mechanics are so fun. It's tricky, but I like it. Okay, so spikes happen. When you do that. Okay. Nice. Okay. Oof. Oh, I almost had that. Crap. It's so cool. I love it. It's really fun. And I like that it's a platformer that is not having combat, because that's what threw me out of some platformers that they throw combat in there, which kind of detracts from the platforming. I love when a game is just solely about platforming and it's like good at it, you know? Tarolyn, thank you so much for the gift subs. What the heck? That's so kind of you. Sending all the good vibes back to you as well. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate the heck out of you. I hope you're doing okay. Thank you for gifting those subs to those lovely folks. More need to have amazing emotes. Aww, thanks. Aw, I don't know if you can hear the baby crying because Schmooples just got back. But yeah, I hope folks enjoy their emotes and their ad-free viewing and stuff. Oh, he's doing a little dance in the hallway. The baby. Okay. How do we get up there? I wish we could move the camera around a bit more. That would be really nice. Because I would like to be able to see like up and down, like and around a bit more. Ugh, okay. How am I supposed to... Oh. Okay. Just got back from a short walk with your pupper. Aww. Good luck with the adulting and give your pupper pats for me, please. I hope puppy's doing okay and I hope you're doing okay. Aw, thank you. F my buns. It booped me all the way back from the beginning. Okay, at least now I know like how to do this. Okay. Aw, birds. Okay. And then we have one boop left. Okay. Oh shit. Okay. I have to jump. Oh, that's tricky. Okay. Oop, I'm not gonna make that one. And thank you for the hype train. Whoop, I got too confident there. Nope. Okay, how am I? So we need to jump and also move down at the same time. Can we go up? Can't go up in here. Okay. Fuck. Okay. It's cruel that you can't touch the... Fuck. Oh, that was really close though. Welcome back. Okay, so it's gotta be like here. Oof. Okay. Oh wow. Okay, did we get through? Please tell me I got through. I did, okay. Oof. Hi buddy. What's going on? Back to lurking. Thank you, Terralyn. I hope your day goes okay. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you a whole heckin' lot. How do we get up here? Is there like a way down? There is. Snail events! We found the snail events! Hello! I wish I could take screenshots, game. Why can't I take screenshots? It's so cute. The baby. I'm going to document every time I find a snail flint in the game. Babies. Is there a way I could see the journal, maybe? Okay, no. That's sad. I want to see the journal. Okay, so it boops me back there. Okay. So... Aw, thank you for the clippies. It looks like it's a decipher thing. About the snail flints. Did I clip with it? I'm not sure. Sometimes I don't feel like it works, but then I see it after stream. So is this page documenting snail flints evolution? I'm curious. I am a heckin' curious. And I'm not being able to do screenshots, which is a thing I'll bring up with them. Like, the lack of video control is a bit frustrating. So, where do I go from here? Hey, buddy. Okay. We can go back out this way. Okay, we go down from there. It's cute that you get like these little like pocket areas. Oh, okay. Aw, thanks, Terrelyn. Let's see. Oh, okay. So we need that extra. Aw, y'all are sweeties. Thank you. Oop. Dang it. How am I supposed to get in there with only one thing? Okay. Whoop! Oh, that was lucky. Whew. Thanks, Terrelyn. Oh my gosh, my girlfriend. I mean, at least hopefully my girlfriend. Well, how about that? You're the last person I expected to see out here tonight. Do I know you? Huh, no. But we met. I'm Foyal. Foyal? Foyal. Foyal? I found you face down in the dirt yesterday. Oh, you're the one that brought me back to the village. Thank you. Huh, what else was I gonna do? Leave you there? Please, take a seat. I get the feeling you're not supposed to be out here. I'm not. I was supposed to start the binding today. But because of what happened, they wouldn't let me go. Ah, I'm familiar with the binding. I'm sorry you couldn't go. Is that why you ran away? I didn't run away. I started the binding. I'll return home when I'm done, just like everyone else. Oh, I'm sorry. I was under the impression that the journey was made through spirit flight. It is, but my spirit has a tether. It's not normal. So I can't travel to the fount like the others. Oh well then. I'm impressed. Really? Of course, it's very devout of you. My journey to the Fount of Souls is not half as noble as yours. Why are you going there? I'm a historian of sorts. The Fount of Souls is the source of some very fascinating accounts. It's said to be the dwelling place of the mountain god, and that the surrounding shaman tribes travel there to commune with it and are granted all manner of blessings, including miraculous healings. I tend to see it for myself. Oh well, the binding is a ceremony that's all about healing, but I think it's more metaphorical than literal. Oh well, that may be, which is why I intend to see for myself. But first, I need to get there, and that's proving to be harder than I thought. I'm going to get some rest before continuing my journey. I'm glad to have properly met you, May. I'm sure our paths will cross again. Sleep well. Hot, strong lesbian girlfriend? Heck yeah. Yes, please. Nice. We completed chapter 1. Now we're on to the fungal forest. Nice. I hope we can eventually look at our book.